What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey, and this is my channel. And yesterday, on Sunday, December 21st, it seems as though lawmakers have finally come to an agreement on a $900 billion stimulus package. And though the stimulus package has not been signed into law as of yet, it does look as though there is going to be a vote today on Monday, December 21st. And once this vote happens, the bill will then be passed on to President Donald Trump, and then hopefully it will be signed either by the end of the day today or by tomorrow. Now, with that, I want to go through some of the key aspects of this stimulus package. I want to talk about what it includes, what it does not include, and what it means for you. So let's get started. So let's just dive right into it and talk about stimulus checks. So this was, of course, a very hotly debated topic over the last month because for a long time, it didn't look as though we were going to get a stimulus check. Now, there are some good news and bad news in regards to this check. Good news is we are getting a check. Bad news is it's not as big as the last check. The last check that we received with the CARES Act was $1,200, and there was eligibility requirements that you had to meet in order to get that $1,200. And the process will look very similar this time around, but instead of getting $1,200, we will be getting $600. And in order to qualify for the stimulus check, you have to make $75,000 or less as a single person, or you have to make $150,000 or less as a combined two-person household. So if you make $75,000 or less, or if you are married and you make a $150,000 combined income or less, then you will qualify for the $600. If you make more than that income amount, then it will begin phasing out at that $75,000 and $150,000 threshold. So for example, if you make $80,000, you probably will get some sort of stimulus check. You just won't get as much as the full $600 because of the fact that you're past that $75,000 threshold. Now, the good news is in regards to stimulus checks is that there is an estimation that people could start receiving stimulus checks as early as next week via direct deposit. So if you are somebody who has not had their direct deposit set up yet, I would encourage you to get on that as soon as possible. So that is really good news, even if it's not as good as some people were hoping for. So $600 stimulus checks are confirmed, and they are going to be coming in the next few weeks. The next aspect of the bill that has been confirmed is a $300 unemployment boost. Now, this is something I've talked about a lot in my videos, so I'll just touch on it today. But basically, with the CARES Act, you got a $600 weekly unemployment boost on top of regular unemployment. That paired with pandemic unemployment assistance, or PUA, as well as pandemic emergency unemployment, these programs combined allowed it so that people could get a lot more money through unemployment insurance, and it also allowed for unemployment to be accessible to people who work in the gig economy or people who are self-employed, which is something that typically is not available to these groups of people. So with this newest $900 billion stimulus package, this program will continue, but instead of the $600 that was outlined in the CARES Act, it's just going to be $300, so it's going to be half the amount. But if you're somebody who's unemployed because of COVID-19, if you're somebody who is self-employed but your income has been severely impacted, if you're somebody who worked in the gig economy and you're not able to work because of the pandemic, then you are somebody who will benefit from this $300 per week unemployment boost. Now, this is a 11-week boost. It's going to last until the end of December, until about mid-March, and it does not look as though it's going to be retroactive at this point. In a video I made last week, I talked about there was talks of it being an 18-week program and it being retroactive from December 1st. It does not look as though that's going to be the case, and as of right now, the verbiage seems as though it is just going to be from December to March. There will be no retroactive aspect to this bill. Next is the topic of small business, and this is something that I'm sure many of you guys watching this channel are interested in learning about. There will be quite a lot of funding going to small business in this latest COVID relief package. Now, again, the exact verbiage of this package has yet to be released, so the exact details are a bit unknown at this point, but it does look as though there's going to be $325 billion going to small business. 284 of that will be going to the PPP, and about 20 billion will be going to the EIDL program. Now, in regards to PPP, borrowers will have the opportunity to apply for a second round of PPP funding. There is also a more streamlined and easier to understand forgiveness application process for borrowers of less than $150,000. There is also going to be a different forgiveness process for borrowers of between $150,000 and $2 million. And the tax deduction rules in regards to PPP funds have changed as well. So now PPP funds used on business expenses can be deducted in your 2020 taxes, which was not the case before. In the case of the EIDL, the exact verbiage as to how things are changing, what things are doing, a bit up in the air, but it looks as though the EIDL program, which was set to expire at the end of this month, will just be reinstated and will continue on into the new year. And it does seem as though there will be a new round of EIDL cash advances or grants. Now, I'm not exactly sure the details of those, so I will keep you guys up to date once once I read the actual bill. But as of right now, it does look as though there will be more funding to the EIDL program, and there will for sure be more funding to the PPP, as I mentioned earlier. Now, aside from small business, there is also funds being allocated to childcare as well as schools. This is to provide resources and funding to school districts and teachers to allow for schools to just better prepare for students and also to protect their staff as well. There is also money being allocated out to vaccine and vaccine distribution. This way, the vaccine can get distributed throughout the entire United States and it can be stored effectively. That way, anybody who wants or needs the vaccine can have access to it free of charge. So the vaccine will be free for you. Like whenever you go get it, you don't have to present your insurance card. You don't have to pay for it. It will be free to American citizens, which for people like me who are uninsured, I do not have health insurance, this is appreciated. And so that I think is a good aspect of it as well. And that is coming from this relief package, or at least a portion of it is. Next is the eviction ban. So the eviction ban was set to end at the end of this month in December. It has been pushed back one more month to January 31st. I'm sure that the plan is to address stimulus at some point between now and January 31st to maybe extend it once again. I'm not exactly sure what the plan is there, but it did get extended by 1 month. There is also going to be an allocated $25 billion going to rental assistance for people who have been financially impacted by the pandemic. What was not included in this stimulus package, and this was something I talked about in yesterday's video, there is no state and local aid, so no funding is going to state and local governments who've been impacted by the pandemic, and there is also no liability protections for companies in relation to COVID-19 related lawsuits. So those key sticking points, the sticking points that really kind of dragged this out to this point, are not included in this bill, and they are something that is going to be addressed in the new year. At least that's the assumption at this point. But with that being said, you guys, this just covers a few of the key points of the stimulus package. And as of right now, the physical copy of the stimulus package and the exact verbiage has yet to be released to the public. So the exact details and the exact nuances of this bill and who qualifies for things like PPP, EIDL, and so much more is really yet to be seen. At least the exact details are. But as of today, the stimulus package has been agreed upon by both sides. It looks as though it is going to be voted on today by lawmakers and then passed on to President Donald Trump. And it looks as though we will start seeing some action from the stimulus package almost immediately. But once the package is officially passed and once the copy of the bill and the actual verbiage from the bill is released to the public, I will be reading that and I will be doing a series of different videos breaking down the package section by section. So I will be doing videos on the PPP, on the EIDL, and all of the slew of other benefits that are laid out in this package. And I'll be breaking down what it includes and what it means for you. So if you guys want to stay up to date on all things stimulus packages, if you want to know when and how to apply for the EIDL when the time comes, if you want to know if you'll qualify for a second round of PPP, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. But I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any comments, questions, if you want to add anything, make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.